Do your maps keep getting approved instead of pending? Are your maps struggling to play well because of bad timing? Then this is the video for you. Let me teach you how to use the Beatmapper tool made by Dekolator.
Why's everybody always picking on me?
Hello, Flying Rabbit Unicorn Pig here, and this is Welcome to Intralism, a video series to help you learn the ins and outs of Intralism. If there is a topic of the game you would like me to cover, please ask in a comment below and I'll see what I can do. In this video, I'll teach you how to accurately time your maps using Beatmapper. Beatmapper is a tool created by Dekolator, a popular and well-respected mapper in the Intralism community. His tool semi-automates the process of creating accurate timings for your maps, and should decrease the overall time it takes to create a map. The version of Beatmapper you'll see has been altered slightly by me. All I've done was add the offset function and change the layout slightly. Everything else was done by Dekolator. When you've found a song that you want to map into Intralism, the first thing you'll want to do is figure out the BPM, or beats per minute, of the song. If you're lucky, the song may have the BPM listed in the music file's properties, or on the website you found the song on. If the song is more popular, you may be able to find the BPM using the site songbpm.com. If you don't see it on SongBPM, you may be able to find it through some quick searching. Type in the song name and follow it with BPM. If the song is more obscure, however, you will probably end up shorthanded. If you know the song has been mapped in another rhythm game like OS, go ahead and use the OS file to get the BPM. Just make sure the BPM and timings are accurate by playing the map yourself or looking through the timings in the OS editor. If after all that you still haven't found a BPM for the song, you can use a site like the Tap for BPM tool here to manually find it. To use Tap for BPM, play the song in the background and tap along to the beat on the website. After tapping for a good minute or two of the song, record this BPM somewhere. Most songs will use whole BPM, no decimals, so you'll usually want to use the nearest whole number. Note: not all songs will use the same BPM over the whole duration. Some songs will change BPM or gradually change the BPM over time. If you are new to mapping, it is strongly recommended you do not map a song with changing BPM until you are more experienced. I will cover this and more in an advanced mapping tutorial video later. After you have found the BPM of the song, it is now time to start using Beatmapper. Just kidding, we are actually going to go into the Intralism editor first. Create a new map for your song, give it an accurate and memorable ID, and give it the OGG file for the song. If you don't have an OGG file, you can convert the original music file using a program like Audacity. If you don't know how to convert sound files in Audacity, follow this quick Steam guide by Mr. Werewolf, link in the description below. Once you've set up your map, find where you want to place the first arc. Listen in slow motion by pressing G on the keyboard. You don't need to be super accurate, as you can always adjust this later, but try to get as close to the sound as possible. It can help if you find a good strong beat that's indicated by the waveform. Now it's time to use Beatmapper. To open up Beatmapper, you can find the link in the description below. You will notice that you cannot edit this version of Beatmapper. That's because it's view only. What you'll want to do is click File, then Make a Copy. Choose a location and click OK. This will open a new tab with your own version of Beatmapper that you can edit. Take the BPM you found earlier and put it into the cell below BPM. Take the timing of that first arc you placed in the editor and paste it into the cell below Offset. You're halfway done with Beatmapper already. After putting in the BPM and offset, you need to find out what notes the song uses. Does the song mostly use 1/4 beat notes? Maybe it gets really fast and uses 1/8 notes in some parts. Is it a waltz and uses 1/3 or 1/6 notes even? This process will be trial and error, but the more you map, the more you'll be able to hear the differences between notes, and the faster you'll be at figuring this out. Obviously, the whole song will not be using only 4th or only 8th notes, but for this to work well on your first maps, you'll usually need to use the fastest interval. So if there's several fast 8th note streams halfway through the song, you probably want to use 1/8 notes. Once you've figured out which notes to use, you'll want to go to the cell K3 and change the formula as needed. For this example, the notes play on 1/4 beats for most of the song, so I will change this cell from C3 times A3 plus B3 into F3 times A3 plus B3, as F3 is the column for 1/4 beats. You will notice that the numbers changed in this cell, but not in the other cells. To fix this, select the cell you just changed. Click and hold on the blue square. Now drag this down. Down, down, down. You probably don't need to go all the way down to row 8000, but I like to because it keeps the file consistent. Once you've gone down as far as you need, let go of the mouse button and give Sheets a moment to redo all the calculations. Congratulations, you are now done with Beatmapper and can use the results from the config column for your map. Go to the top of the column, select and drag down until you've reached the length of your song. For this example, I'm going to go down to 125 seconds. When you're done selecting, press Ctrl+C or right-click Copy to copy the data to the clipboard. Now, find the config file for the map you created earlier. To do that, you will need to go to the Intralism game files, typically found in C Drive, Program Files 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Intralism. Go into the Editor folder. Then find the folder that has the ID of the map you made. Go into that folder and open up config.txt. Go to the end of the file, specifically right here, and then paste using Ctrl+V or right-click paste. Delete the extra comma at the end of the file, and then save the text file. Hey, I forgot to include this into the original script, but don't forget to put a comma right here, otherwise you'll end up with an infinite loading screen when you try to load your map. Alright, now back to the video. Reload your map in the editor and you should see a metric shit ton of arcs here. If not, leave the menu and try loading it up again. From here, you will need to delete every arc that is not timed to the sounds you want to map. For this example, I want to primarily map to the vocals of this song, so I will delete every arc that is not on a vocal sound. Use slow-mo and zoom in with Control mouse wheel to better hear and see what should be deleted. Don't use the editor waveforms exclusively, as these can be inaccurate and sometimes buggy. Make sure the offset is good by playtesting your map. If you're playtesting and it feels a little off from the song, go back into the editor, select all of the arcs, and adjust slightly until you find the right offset. If you still can't find the right offset, don't worry. Other mappers in the community can help you out. As long as the rest of the map has the correct BPM and consistent timing, other people will be willing to help you out. If you're playtesting and you notice that the timing starts off fine, but starts to get worse as the map goes on, you may have chose the wrong BPM, and you will need to redo the process over again. If the arcs gradually start hitting before the beat of the song, this means your current BPM is too fast, and you will need to lower the BPM a little. If the arcs gradually start hitting after the beat of the song, it means your current BPM is too slow, and that you need to raise the BPM a little. To avoid this problem, it is a good idea to keep playtesting your map as you are removing arcs to make sure the timing is correct and so you don't need to redo as much work. Once you've removed all the extra arcs, congratulations, your map is now consistently timed. From here, all you need to do is to change the patterns of existing arcs using the event editor, which you can bring up with the shortcut Ctrl+E. I hope this tutorial helps you create better maps for Intralism, and if it did, please leave a like on the video. The editor will be receiving a BPM snap tool eventually, but for now, this is one of the better methods of getting consistent and accurate timings on your map. If there's something I forgot to cover, or you have a question you'd like me to answer, please leave a comment below, or ask for help in the Mapping Academy Discord, link in the description. Hey, this was my first video for a new series called Welcome to Intralism. In this series, I plan to cover many different aspects of Intralism, from mapping, different gameplay options, to common bugs and issues you may encounter in the game. I'm doing this to help new players get into the game more easily and to remove some of the confusion the average player has. If you are bilingual, please consider translating the captions of this video into another language to help more people out. Both the community and I will love you for it. If you would like to see more of this content, please subscribe to the channel. I also post gameplay clips and the occasional shitposts on this channel, so if you like those, you might as well subscribe. Please leave a comment if there's an aspect of Intralism you would like to know more about, and I may add it to this series. For the next video, I plan on covering different playstyles of Intralism, both one-handed and two-handed, to help you figure out which way is the best way for you to play. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.